And with that, I'll take questions.
Peter.
Kayleigh, I want to ask you just a couple of questions. The first one, why is the president so supportive of flying the Confederate flag?
To follow up on Peter's question, what is the president's position? Does he think NASCAR made a mistake by banning the Confederate flag?
So he said...
But let's drill down on the Confederate flag. Does he think NASCAR's ratings are down because they banned the flag? That's what he said.
Paula.
Does he think his supporters should not take the flag to Trump rallies? Has he considered banning the Confederate flag from Trump rallies?
Why is it Bubba Wallace's responsibility to apologize for an investigation into a noose that he didn't report and he never even saw? It was NASCAR that found this, that reported this, and even the FBI referred to it as a noose, even if they said it wasn't a specific open investigation.
And the allegations and the rush to judgment with Jesse Smollett in the Bubba Wallace case and with the Covington Catholic boys, we shouldn't be so quick to jump onto those narratives. Those are just 3 examples of those that have been proven false.
Flew back on Air Force One after having contact with somebody who had tested positive for the virus. Why was one follow-up, please?
Yes.
On executive orders, the president has set a pretty brisk pace on those this year.
With regard to the president's reference about the 99% being harmless, does the president worry at all that by downplaying the severity of the virus, that it will lead Americans to be less careful? Just to follow up on the NASCAR thing, you were saying that we're taking the tweet out of context, but this is what he tweeted in response, and that's why I asked about it again, and it follows up on Paula's question, is why should Mr. Wallace have to apologize for that?
Why would the president not praise NASCAR for removing the Confederate flag? Particularly,
what exactly does the president see as positive or uniting then about the Confederate flag? Why?
The president argued on Friday and then again on Saturday that many of the problems the country faces stem from, quote, extreme indoctrination and bias.
Thank you, Kayleigh. I have a question about masks.
I wanted to say, first off, point of fact, Bubba Wallace did not make any kind of false report. And I'm wondering, in general, why the president thinks that issue is worth his time and focus right now in the midst of a deadly pandemic. And then also, you've said he has no opinion on the Confederate flag. Why can't this White House unambiguously state whether or not it supports displays of the Confederate flag?
Hardworking people.
Yes. Cultural stuff worth his time and focus during the pandemic.
Yes, he's focused on 2 things at once, something we're all capable of doing.
And what about an unambiguous statement on the Confederate flag? Are we capable of doing that?
Does the president support the Cleveland Indians and the football team here in Washington considering changing their names?
I haven't.
Who came up with the list of historical figures that the president wants honored in his in this garden of statues that he put out this executive order about?
Thank you, Kayleigh. The president signed the Payroll Protection Program extension over the weekend. There's 130.
Yes.
Thank you, Kayleigh, so much. As President Trump wants to reopen the country, what will be the criteria to cancel the travel bans?
Finally, I'd end with this. I was asked probably 12 questions about the Confederate flag. This president's focused on action, and I'm a little dismayed that I didn't receive one question on the deaths that we got in this country this weekend. I didn't receive one question about New York City shootings doubling for the 3rd straight week, and over the last 7 days, shootings skyrocket by 142%. Not one question. I didn't receive one question about 5 children who were killed, and I'll leave you with this remark by a dad. It broke my heart. A dad of an 8-year-old lost in Atlanta this weekend. They say Black Lives Matters. You killed a child. She didn't do nothing to nobody, was his quote. We need to be focused on securing our streets, making sure no lives are lost, because all Black lives matter. That of David Dorn and that of this 8-year-old girl. Thank you.